Well, hello there, boys and girls. Today's video is going to be a special on words that have been commonly used in 2016 by idiots that don't really know what the definition is. So, we'll start out with racism. Now, before we get into the definition of racism, I just want to point out that all of racial stereotypes out there are socially acceptable when they're positive stereotypes. For example, a black guy talking about having a bigger dick than other people is a socially acceptable stereotype because black people are proud of the fact that they have bigger dicks. The only people that don't like that stereotype are the black people that don't have big dicks, because if they got a small dick, when they whip that shit out for the girl they're trying to fuck, she's expecting something more. So those are really the only people that dislike that stereotype. Maybe, some small dick other mother, like Asians and white boys that just aren't packing or just are insecure. I don't know. Like you tell an Asian that the stereotype of them being smarter, they're not going to care. Like, oh yes, I am superior to you. Yes, I am. Thank you. I am so intelligent. Thank you for recognizing this. But you tell them they suck dick at driving. This is not true. I am best driver. I only get in 3 accidents this year alone. See the difference? If it's a positive stereotype, people don't mind. If it's a negative stereotype, then you're just a bigoted, racist, xenophobic, chauvinistic pig son of a bitch. Alright, let's get into it. The belief that all members of each race possess characteristics or abilities specific to one race. Now that is more of stereotyping than just racism. But that is absolutely true. It's not a belief. People have different characteristics and different traits. These are known as geographical adaptations. That is what comprises race in the human world. Because technically humans are all the same species. We can all fuck one another and make babies with one another. So from a scientific perspective, we're the same species. But based off of different geographical locations that we were brought up in, we have different adaptations. And that just goes to show you the amazing nature of human anatomy. Alright? So pointing out differences can't really be racism, because it is true. We don't all look the same. All this whole notion about equality is complete and utter bullshit, because there's no such thing as equality. There are people out there that are born to billionaire fathers and never have to worry about a fucking thing in their life. There are kids out there that are born with cancer and die before they reach the age of 1. There's no such thing as equality, okay? Everyone wants to talk about, oh, we're all equal, it's not true. It simply isn't true. In America, everyone is equal in the eyes of the law. But that has, boundaries too, because people with more money have a better chance at defending themselves in the court of law than people without money. A public defender doesn't really give a shit about their client. A rich-ass Jumadi getting paid big bucks, I'm gonna fucking win undefeated, asshole. And that's the key. Everyone seems to overlook wealth as a leg up. Wealth really is a lot more than you think it is. Wealth has gotten people through some hard times. If you have cancer and you have money, you have a better chance of surviving than somebody without money. It's simple as that. So pointing out differences can't be racist, because it's true. We are not equal. Okay? I'm sure most people out there would love to have Dan Bazillionaire's life. Oh yeah, I got a bunch of money from my parents' trust fund, and then I won more money playing poker. And now all I do is party with fucking models and almost die of heart attacks. I would love to have that life. I would love to just be hanging out on a yacht every day with a bunch of fucking dumb bitches there. Yeah, dude, look at me, I'm so cool. Not really. Who gives a fuck? But that's what everyone's ideal lifestyle is. Ooh, let me have all these bitches and all the money. Really, it's the fucking rap game. That's all we talk about now. You got bitches, got money, got hoes. I got clubs, got cribs, got clothes. These motherfuckers just don't know what it's like if you're growing up broke. I do, but I made it out past. Now I'm rich as fuck and got bitches on my dick and I'm busting nuts. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking retarded, man. Okay, so let's go on to the second part of this definition. Especially, now this is where it gets key to racism, as to distinguish it as inferior or superior to another race or races. Now, this goes back to me saying that we all do have different geographical adaptations. So, a positive stereotype like saying Jamaicans are the best at running, that's technically racism according to this definition. Even if it's not a Jamaican person saying it. If I say that Jamaicans are better at running, even though I'm not Jamaican, I'm racist, because I am admitting that Jamaicans are superior at running than other races are. But nobody would care about that type of racism because it's socially acceptable. Nobody takes it in a negative fashion. Like, oh yeah, dude, who's gonna beat Usain Bolt? I don't know, Jamaicans are king runners. But if you say that niggers are smelly, lazy fucks, You know, that is, oh yeah, that's horrible to say. You know, and it's true, there are some niggers out there who are smelly, lazy fucks, and there are plenty of them who aren't. And that's because we're not all equal. There you go. If we were all equal, we'd all be doing the same shit. I would be able to do whatever I want to you, and you'd be able to do whatever you want to me. If I wanted to chop your legs off and fuck your asshole, that would be my right of freedom to do that to you. But when you live in a society, you give up your freedoms to live in a protected little bubble that the infrastructure has created around you. And you give up those barbaric freedoms so that you can have clean water and an automobile and high heat and power and all of these things you need to get through your little fucking life. Prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior. Now that is the common definition of racism right there. People that just believe their race is better than other people's races. And there are people of all races that believe that their race is superior. So, I mean, really, that's just how it is. Alright, now let's move on to some of these other words. This one, xenophobia. This has got to be the most popular word of 2016, thanks to Hillary Clinton. In her minds, everybody that doesn't agree with her is xenophobic. Now let's look at this definition and pay attention now. Intense or irrational dislike. Now the key word here, irrational. Without that, it's not xenophobia. That is the key word. Irrational. Dislike or fear people from other countries. Now, if you dislike somebody or fear somebody without a rational reason, then that's probably xenophobia. If you say, I hate Sri Lankans because they're really dark, then that's xenophobia towards Sri Lankan people. But if you say, I don't want Muslims coming into my country because there's a very good chance that people who want to do harm to innocent people in this country will come in with them, that's not xenophobia. You have a rational reason. You have a family to protect. Would you want your kid to go to fucking school with some, like, Allahu Akbar motherfucker that might just blow your child up? Your child's dead. You're never getting your child back once your child's dead. And I'm only using a child as an example because everyone, you know, puts children before everything. They're so innocent and precious until they grow up and start doing drugs. And then they're just scumbag pieces of shit that should be hanging out on Skid Row. It's fucking hilarious, the value that people place on children's lives until they turn 13 and start banging Veronica and get her pregnant while they're smoking weed at Pedro's house. Okay? So, this is, everyone uses this word now. I hear it all the time. Everyone, oh, you're xenophobic. Oh my god. Like, you're so stupid. You're xenophobic. Oh my god. Oh, I just got blown up by a terrorist. Fuck. Why do these xenophobes not let more terrorists in the country? And I'm dead. I mean, it's pretty dumb. Pretty fucking dumb. Chauvinism. Now here's a word that people love to use. Oh, you chauvinistic pig, you bastard. But, you know, exaggerated or excessive patriotism, okay? I don't think everybody's exaggerated or aggressive with patriotism. But here, this is really where the word comes into play in use in most cases. Excessive or prejudicial or prejudiced loyalty or support for one's own cause, group, or gender. Now, that's everybody. Everybody is a chauvinist for their own cause. All the feminists are chauvinistic for feminism, you know. All the fucking Islamic motherfuckers are chauvinistic for their fucking terrorist bullshit, you know. Everybody's a chauvinist. So, I mean, by calling somebody else a chauvinist, you're admitting that you're a chauvinist yourself, because you're saying, yeah, my cause is better than your cause. No, my cause is better than your cause because vaginas are precious. They're where babies come from. So that's everybody. You're all a bunch of chauvinistic assholes because you all have something that you think is more important than what other people have. Your own cause is more important. But that's only because we're a bunch of selfish people. You know, that's animal nature. Selfishness isn't something that's intrinsic to humanity. It's all animals. Animals are very selfish. It's instinctive to be selfish because being selfish makes you survive longer. And that's really what life is. It's a survival game. You fucking started it when you were born, and it's one playthrough, and then you're fucked when you're dead. There's no restart, so you get as far as you can. That's all it is. And then we'll move on to the next word, bigotry. Similar to chauvinism, we're all bigoted. Intolerance towards those who hold different opinions from oneself. That sounds like every single person I have ever met, unless they agree with you. But everybody is bigoted towards everybody else because everybody's own opinions matter more to them than other people's opinions. There are not many selfless people in the world, and I do know that there are some, but are they really selfless, or do they just have a huge sense of pride in what they're doing? Do you really know? I don't. I mean, maybe they think they're doing it for God or for some girl they want to bang in the Peace Corps. I don't fucking know, but everybody is bigoted for their own agendas. So, as soon as you say that somebody else is bigoted, you have just called yourself a bigot as well, because you can't say somebody's bigoted without being bigoted yourself, because you're just saying that, oh, they think their opinion's better than mine? Not today. My opinion's better, you bigoted, chauvinistic pig you. And that's the key. People don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So, hopefully this video will help some of these idiots in the world that just love to use words that they don't fully understand because they have this hive mind logic. Like, oh, well, Christian's really hot and he said that he's gonna vote Hillary. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm totally sucking his dick now. But fuck, dude, I really wanted to fuck Andrew, but he's totally a Trump supporter. I'm like, I can't have a Trump supporting dick in my pussy. Not today. Feminism for life. And I mean, honestly, like, how often do you see hot feminists? I mean, that shit sounded hotter than most feminists do. And I am fucking sick and not a girl, so. I sound like a fucking tranny right now. I sound like a real feminist talking like this. This is what an actual feminist sounds like most of the time, because they're just man-hating cunts, most of them. There are plenty of feminists out there that are, like, light feminists, and they don't necessarily push their agenda on other people in an excessive manner. But at the same time, feminism is fucking stupid. They preach equality, but it's called feminism. Really, like, whatever. I'm not going to get into that. This video is about words that idiots don't understand the definition of. So now that we've engaged in looking up the definitions of these words, hopefully people have a better understanding of what these words mean, and you'll think before you use them in a statement, because overuse of words just removes their power. Like nigga. That's why I laugh anytime a black person, yo man, you can't say that word, homie, don't you say that word, bruh. You say it every day. Well, I'm allowed to. I mean, do you realize how idiotic of a concept that is? And there's a bunch of self-hating white people out there that agree with that. I see little kids on the internet all the time playing, well, I can't say that word. Why not? Is there somebody with a gun pointed at your head telling you not to say that word, little boy? I think not. Anyway, thanks for watching my educational tutorial on how to use language in everyday conversations. Have a wonderful evening.